What if the most powerful creative force shaping your entire existence was not your ambition, not your relentless hard work, not even your most fervent prayers, but the quiet, casual complaints you utter every single day? What if every exhausted sigh, every worried whisper, every defeated story you repeat in the privacy of your own mind was actually a precise architectural blueprint being delivered to a universe that knows only one response? Yes? Beloved, by the time you have journeyed through this entire transmission, you will hold within your hands the three sacred master keys of conscious creation. You will understand, at the deepest cellular level, how you have been unconsciously wielding divine power to construct experiences of lack, limitation, and struggle. And most importantly, you will remember how to speak your desired world into visible, tangible being, one intentional, charged, living word at a time. This is not mere motivation. This is the reactivation of your native spiritual language. This is the reclamation of the wand you were born holding. The central principle we are awakening to today is one of the most precise, immediate, and uncompromising laws in all of existence, the law of the spoken word. Florence Scovel Shinn, that luminous teacher of the early 20th century, declared it with crystal clarity. Your word is your wand. Every syllable that leaves your lips, every thought you allow to crystallize into language, carries within it the same creative potency that formed the stars. You are not learning a new power today. You are remembering the one you have always possessed. Your voice is the bridge between the formless realm of infinite possibility and the formed world of your daily experience. Every sentence you speak, whether aloud or in the silent chambers of your mind, is a royal decree issued to your subconscious mind, that vast, obedient, tireless servant who asks no questions, offers no arguments, and never doubts your commands. It simply accepts whatever you consistently declare as truth and begins orchestrating people, circumstances, opportunities, and events to make your declaration flesh. This servant does not filter for intention. It does not read between the lines looking for hidden hopes. It does not weigh your past good deeds against your current fears. It operates with perfect, impersonal fidelity to the emotional and verbal blueprint you provide. This is where so many souls remain trapped in cycles of suffering, not because the universe is cruel, but because they have been speaking fluently in the language of limitation while secretly longing for abundance. Consider the weary traveler who wakes each morning and mutters, "Another day of the same struggle." The subconscious hears this not as a complaint, but as an order. It immediately sets about ensuring that the day unfolds exactly as commanded. Or the one who sighs while checking their finances, "I never have enough." The universe does not hear the longing for security behind those words. It registers only the clear command, "I never have enough," and it obeys with magnificent precision. This is not punishment. This is not cosmic testing. This is law, pure, neutral, and extraordinarily responsive. The same law that causes a seed to become a tree causes your dominant words to become your life. You have never failed at creation. You have been brilliantly successful at manifesting exactly what you have most consistently felt and declared. The evidence has been all around you. The question now is whether you will continue creating by default or step into conscious co-creation. Florence Scovel Shinn taught her students to treat their words with the same reverence a master artist gives to each brushstroke. She understood that the spoken word is the ultimate alchemical tool. In her teachings, she showed how individuals who transformed their speech from fear to faith, from lack to sufficiency, from victimhood to sovereignty, watched their outer worlds transform as if by magic. Debts dissolved, relationships healed, opportunities that seemed impossible suddenly appeared, not because the world changed first, but because their inner command changed. You carry this same wand. The power has always been in your mouth. Let us now begin the sacred work of remembering. The first and most foundational key is the holy phrase, "I am." These two words, are not casual. They are the very name of God, vibrating through your individual consciousness. When you say, "I am," you are stepping into the throne room of your own divine authority. Whatever you attach to these words becomes the mold into which the formless substance of life is poured. This is why the ancient scriptures place such tremendous emphasis on the I am presence. It is the engine of all personal reality. For most of your life, you may have unconsciously used this sacred name to imprison yourself. I am struggling financially. I am not good enough. I am always sick. I am overwhelmed and exhausted. I am unlucky in love. Each time you spoke these words, you took the most powerful creative force in your being and used it to reinforce the very conditions you wished to transcend. You were not lying when you said them, you were simply describing your current reality. But in the language of spirit, there is no such thing as neutral description. Every declaration is a creative act. Today, that pattern is shattered. The reclamation begins now. I am is to be used only for the highest truth of your being, not as wishful thinking, but as authoritative declaration of the spiritual reality that already exists within you, waiting to be expressed outwardly. Instead of "I am tired," you will train yourself to declare, "I am restoring my divine energy with every breath I take. Strength and vitality flow through me now." Feel the difference. One statement reinforces exhaustion, the other commands renewal. Instead of "I am broke," you rise into "I am a magnet for divine supply. My needs are met in expected and unexpected ways. I am worthy of abundance in all its forms." Instead of "I am anxious," you proclaim, "I am anchored in divine peace. My mind is stayed on truth, and perfect order is manifesting in my life." At first, this may feel false. Your mind will protest. It will present evidence of the old story. This is natural. The old neural pathways are dying. The resistance you feel is not proof that the practice doesn't work. It is proof that it is working. You are disturbing the old limited identity. Every time you catch yourself and flip the statement, you are performing spiritual surgery on your consciousness. Florence Scovel Shinn often told her students to stand firmly in the I am and refuse to give power to appearances. She taught that the I am is your connection to the infinite. When you say "I am wealth," you are not affirming something outside yourself. You are recognizing the wealth that already exists at the core of your being and calling it forth into expression. For the next 24 hours, commit to this practice with devotion. Catch yourself using "I am," followed by any limitation at least 3 times, and consciously flip it. Just 3. This is not about perfection. It is about awakening awareness. Each flip is a victory that reverberates through the unseen realms. You might begin your morning with powerful "I am" statements, spoken aloud with conviction. I am guided by divine wisdom in every decision. I am surrounded by love and opportunities. I am healthy, strong, and radiantly alive. I am at peace, and all is well in my world. Speak them as if you are addressing the very substance of life itself. Let your voice carry authority. Let your feeling charge the words. This is not positive thinking. This is spiritual law being consciously applied. The subconscious mind does not respond to weak, half-hearted suggestions. It responds to emotional conviction. When you speak the I am with feeling, you are impressing the creative medium with a clear image. And that image must, by law, outpicture. Remember, beloved, you are not begging the universe for these things. You are claiming what is already yours by divine birthright. The supply is infinite. The only question has ever been whether you would open the channel through your words and beliefs. As you practice, you will begin to notice something remarkable. The moments when you used to default to limitation will become opportunities for power. Your language will shift from heavy and dense to light and expansive. You will feel the difference in your body, a lifting of energy, a subtle opening in your chest, a quiet confidence emerging from within. This is the beginning of fluency in the language of miracles. The old stories you have told about yourself, "I've always been this way, this is just how I am," are being rewritten. You are not just how you are. You are an ever-evolving expression of infinite intelligence, and your words are the tools through which you direct that evolution. Florence Scovel Shinn once helped a woman who had been told she would never walk again after a severe accident. Instead of accepting the diagnosis as final truth, the woman began using the "I am" with fierce conviction. I am walking freely and joyously. I am perfect in spirit, and my body expresses that perfection now. She refused to speak of her limitation. Within months, she was walking. The doctors called it a miracle. Shinn called it the correct use of spiritual law. The same power is available to you. You have been a master creator your entire life. The evidence surrounds you. Now you are becoming a conscious master. The wand is in your hand. The words are on your tongue. The choice is before you. Speak, beloved. Speak the truth of your divine nature. The universe is listening with perfect attention, ready to say yes to whatever you consistently declare with feeling. This is only the beginning of your remembrance. As this new awareness begins to dawn within you, as the holy name, I am, starts to vibrate with fresh authority in your consciousness, you naturally move into the second sacred key that anchors your transformed reality into the visible world. This second master phrase is I have. These two simple words carry the power to shift your entire relationship with the substance of life itself. While I am declares your divine identity and sets the foundational mold for your being, I have is the sacred act of spiritual accounting. It is how you provide your subconscious mind with living evidence, with emotional proof that the new reality you are claiming is not some distant hope, but an already unfolding truth. Florence Scovel Shinn emphasized again and again that the subconscious mind does not learn through mere wishing or empty affirmations. It learns through feeling and through demonstrated evidence. It operates like a perfect recording and projecting mechanism. Whatever you consistently impress upon it with conviction and feeling, it externalizes without fail. I have is the phrase that builds that conviction brick by brick, moment by moment, through conscious recognition of the good that already exists in your life. Most people wait for grand manifestations before they will speak the language of having. They stand in the middle of lack and try to force massive declarations like, I have millions in the bank, while their heart is still trembling with fear. This creates inner conflict, and the subconscious mind, being a perfect detector of emotional truth, rejects the command. The seed falls on rocky ground and withers. Shinn taught her students to begin exactly where they stood, no matter how humble the circumstances, and to speak truth from that point with sincerity. You must start small, beloved, but start genuinely. Find one single thing in your present moment that you can declare, I have, and actually feel the reality of it in your body. It might be something as simple as, I have clean water to drink right now. I have a roof above my head that shelters me. I have this breath moving through my lungs, giving me life. I have the ability to read these words and awaken my mind. Do not rush past these seemingly ordinary things. Pause, close your eyes, let the feeling of having them settle into your nervous system. Feel the quiet gratitude. Feel the subtle expansion in your energy field. This is not trivial. This is how you begin reprogramming the creative mechanism. Every time you fully feel I have, even in the smallest measure, you are submitting evidence to your subconscious that the state of possession, of sufficiency, of abundance, is your natural condition. From this solid foundation, you gently expand. I have loving people in my life who support me. I have talents and abilities that are uniquely mine. I have opportunities appearing even now, guiding me toward greater expression. I have divine intelligence flowing through me, solving every challenge with grace. Notice how different this feels from the old language of lack. The old way sounded like, I never have enough time, I don't have the money, I don't have the connections. Each of those statements was a powerful command that your faithful servant obeyed perfectly, bringing you more evidence of not having. Now, you are reversing the current. You are training your mind to scan the environment like a prospector scanning for gold, except you are prospecting for good, for evidence of supply, for reasons to celebrate your inherent worth. Shinn often shared stories of students who transformed their finances by persistently using this principle. One woman was deeply in debt and could barely afford her rent. Instead of dwelling on what she lacked, she began a daily practice of, I have inventory. She started with, I have a warm coat, I have food for today, I have 2 feet that carry me where I need to go. As she did this, her entire demeanor changed. She carried herself with more dignity. Opportunities for extra work appeared. Old debts that seemed impossible to resolve began to dissolve through unexpected means. Within a year, she was not only debt-free, but had begun building real savings. The outer conditions shifted because her inner accounting had shifted first. This is the subtle genius of the practice. The universe does not respond to your desperation about what you lack. It responds to the vibrational signal of what you are consciously claiming to possess. When you say, I have with feeling, you are telling the creative forces, this is the state I am choosing. Bring me more that matches this frequency. But there is a vital warning here, one that Florence Scovel Shinn repeated often. You cannot fake this and expect results. Your subconscious is watching. If you stand in an empty room and shout, I have abundant wealth, while feeling poverty in your bones, the words will have little power. The feeling must match, or at least move toward the words. This is why beginning with small, undeniable truths is so essential. Build the feeling first. Let the emotional soil become rich. Then the larger declarations can take root and flourish. Make this a living practice. Each morning and each evening, take a few minutes to speak your I have inventory aloud. Write them down if you can. Let your voice carry quiet power. Feel the words land in your heart. You might say, I have perfect health unfolding within me now. I have creative ideas flowing to me easily. I have the courage to take inspired action. I have divine love surrounding and supporting me in every moment. As you do this consistently, something magical begins to happen. Your eyes open wider to the good that is already present. What you focus upon expands. What you appreciate appreciates. The subconscious mind, now receiving a steady stream of evidence for abundance, begins rearranging your world to match the new dominant feeling. Unexpected checks arrive. Helpful people appear. Ideas that solve old problems download into your awareness. This is not coincidence. This is law. Florence Scovel Shinn told the story of a man who desperately wanted a specific business opportunity, but kept saying, I don't have the capital. I don't have the contacts. She instructed him to change his language completely. Every time the old thought came, he was to flip it. I have the supply I need. I have the perfect connections coming to me now. He began to feel it as true. Within weeks, a relative he had not spoken to in years offered him both capital and crucial introductions. The opportunity manifested not because he begged, but because he changed the inner command from lack to possession. You hold this same power. The practice of I have is also a profound form of gratitude, but it goes deeper. Ordinary gratitude says, thank you for what I have. The conscious creator says, I have, as a declaration of spiritual ownership. You are claiming your divine inheritance. You are acknowledging that all supply flows from the one source, and you are a worthy channel for that supply. As you grow more fluent, you can use I have to heal relationships, health, and self-worth. Instead of, I don't have peace in my home, declare, I have harmony and understanding flowing through all my relationships. Instead of, I don't have energy, proclaim, I have boundless divine energy renewing me now. Instead of, I don't have confidence, affirm, I have complete faith in my divine guidance. Speak these not as hopes, but as present realities in the mind of God, which you are now bringing into visible form. The more you do this, the more your outer world will begin to conform. You will witness small miracles first, then larger ones. A parking space appears exactly when needed. A kind word comes at the perfect moment. An old problem suddenly resolves itself. This is you remembering how to direct the creative forces rather than being directed by them. Beloved, the power of I have lies in its ability to collapse the illusion of separation between you and your good. When you declare, I have, you are erasing the mental distance between desire and fulfillment. You are stepping into the consciousness of the already answered prayer. This was one of Shinn's greatest teachings. Live in the feeling of the wish fulfilled. I have helps you do exactly that, one sincere statement at a time. Continue building this muscle daily. Let it become as natural as breathing. When doubt arises, and it will gently return to your small, true, I have statements until the feeling stabilizes again. You are retraining a powerful servant. Be patient, consistent, and kind with yourself in the process. As you master the interplay between I am and I have, you prepare the ground for the third and final sacred key, which we will explore next. For now, rest in this truth. You already have everything you need to begin. The supply is here. The power is now. Your words are the wand that shapes it all. Speak, beloved. Claim what is already yours in spirit, and watch as it takes form in your world. With the holy declarations of I am, now awakening your divine identity, and I have, anchoring the evidence of abundance into your living experience, you stand at the threshold of true spiritual sovereignty. This is where the final sacred key completes the trinity of conscious creation. The third master phrase is, I choose. These two words are the sword that cuts through the chains of victimhood. They are the key that opens the prison door from the inside. While I am establishes your being, and I have claims your supply, I choose returns the pen of authorship firmly into your hands. It declares that you are no longer a passive character reacting to the plot of your life, but the divine author actively writing it. For far too long, beloved, many have lived under the heavy hypnosis of helplessness. The language of this trance sounds deceptively ordinary. I have no choice. This always happens to me. I'm stuck in this situation. Life keeps doing this to me. Each of these statements is a voluntary surrender of your God-given creative power to external conditions. Florence Scovel Shinn warned her students repeatedly about this trap. She taught that the outer world is only a mirror, never the master. When you speak as though circumstances control you, you give your wand away and then wonder why life feels so heavy. The phrase, I choose, shatters this illusion. It is the declaration of spiritual freedom. It reminds your subconscious mind and the greater universe that you are a co-creator, not a victim. You are not at the mercy of your boss, your bank account, your past, your health diagnosis, or any seeming limitation. You stand above conditions, choosing the meaning you assign to them and the direction you move from them. Consider how transformative this shift is in practice. Where you once said, this terrible job is draining me, you now declare, with quiet power, I choose to see this job as a temporary bridge that is financing my greater vision. I choose to learn everything it has to teach me about patience, excellence, and resilience. Instead of, I'm always unlucky in relationships, you proclaim, I choose to believe that love is seeking me now. I choose to become the vibrational match for the harmonious partnership I desire. Instead of, my finances keep me trapped, you rise into, I choose to manage my resources with divine wisdom. I choose to open new channels for wealth to flow to me. This is not pretending the challenge doesn't exist. This is choosing not to let the challenge define you. Florence Scovel Shinn often shared the story of a woman trapped in what seemed like an impossible domestic situation. Day after day, she complained about her circumstances, reinforcing her imprisonment through her words. When she learned the power of "I choose," everything shifted. She began declaring each morning, "I choose harmony in my home. I choose to express love and wisdom in every interaction. I choose to be guided to my highest good." Within weeks, the atmosphere in her home began to soften. Her own energy changed first, and then the people around her responded differently. What had felt like an unbreakable chain dissolved not because she forced others to change, but because she chose a new inner stance. Shin taught that when you choose rightly, the outer world must eventually rearrange itself to match your new command. This is the profound mechanics at work. Your subconscious mind has been faithfully executing the old orders of helplessness. Now, you are giving it new instructions of sovereignty. I choose signals that you are an active participant. The universe loves to collaborate with conscious co-creators who take radical responsibility for their inner world. Let us look more deeply at how to integrate this phrase with the previous two, creating a complete system of creation. When facing a financial challenge, instead of the old pattern of "I am broke and I have no money," you now speak the full Trinity. I am a child of divine abundance. I have more than enough supply flowing to me in perfect timing. I choose to act wisely and expect miraculous provision. When health seems to falter, I am the radiant expression of perfect life. I have vibrant energy moving through every cell. I choose to honor my body with love and faith. When relationships feel strained, I am love itself, expressing. I have loving connections already present and expanding. I choose to see the divine in everyone I meet. By weaving these three sacred phrases together, you create a powerful, coherent command that impresses the creative medium on all levels: identity, possession, and free will. This is the master formula that Florence Scovel Shinn pointed toward in her teachings. Claim your being, acknowledge your good, and choose your path with authority. The ancient mystics understood that certain times of day amplify the power of such declarations. The veil between the conscious and subconscious mind is thinnest just before sleep and upon first awakening. In these sacred windows, your gatekeeper of doubt rests. Use them wisely. As you lie in bed tonight, release the habit of mentally rehearsing your problems. Instead, breathe deeply and speak your new language with feeling. I am safe and guided. I have everything I need in this moment. I choose to wake tomorrow with joy and inspiration. Let the words sink into your body. Marry them with genuine emotion, not forced excitement, but a quiet, sincere knowing. Feel the peace of I am, the gratitude of I have, and the empowerment of I choose. This nightly practice is like planting seeds in fertile soil while the world sleeps. The subconscious receives the command clearly and works through the night to bring it into form. In the morning, as you rise, repeat the process before your feet even touch the floor. I am filled with divine energy. I have wonderful opportunities before me today. I choose to move through this day with grace and wisdom. This consistent use at the bookends of your day creates a powerful momentum. Florence Scovel Shinn taught that repetition with feeling is the key to impressing the subconscious. It is not enough to say the words once. You must become the living embodiment of them until they feel more real than the old story. Of course, the mind will test you. When you first begin using I choose, old patterns will rise up with renewed force. You may hear thoughts like, "But I really don't have a choice here," or "This situation is impossible. This is not failure. This is the old limited self fighting for survival." It is the death rattle of outdated beliefs. Do not fight these thoughts. Simply observe them lovingly and return to your sacred phrases. Translate them on the spot. Where the mind says, I have no choice, you gently correct. I choose to find a higher way. I choose to trust divine guidance. Each time you do this, you strengthen your spiritual muscles. You are literally rewiring your brain and re-impressing your subconscious with new commands. The more you choose consciously, the weaker the old hypnotic patterns become. Eventually, they lose their power entirely. Shinn often reminded her students that the law works impersonally. It does not care about your past mistakes or how long you have been speaking limitation. It only responds to what you are declaring now, with feeling and consistency. This is extraordinarily good news. No matter how deeply entrenched your old story feels, you can begin anew in this very moment. Let me share another powerful example in the spirit of Florence Scovel Shinn's teachings. There was once a man who had lost his business and felt completely defeated. His constant refrain was, I have no options left. Life has beaten me. When introduced to these principles, he started small. First with, I am capable and guided. Then, I have skills that are valuable. And finally, the turning point. I choose to rebuild stronger than before. I choose to see this apparent loss as preparation for greater success. He committed to these statements even when evidence seemed to contradict them. Within months, new ideas began flowing. Former clients reached out unexpectedly. A completely new business direction emerged that was more aligned and prosperous than his previous one. He later said the greatest shift was realizing he had always possessed the power to choose his response and his next creation. This same power lives in you. As you master I choose, you will notice a beautiful freedom emerging. Challenges that once crushed your spirit now become opportunities for growth. Delays become divine timing. Closed doors become redirection towards something better. You stop being at the mercy of conditions and start using every condition as raw material for your highest good. The old language of complaint slowly fades because you have remembered a more powerful way. You no longer need to describe your problems in detail to friends or to yourself. Instead, you choose to speak the solution, the lesson, the blessing already unfolding. This is true spiritual maturity. This is you stepping fully into the role of conscious creator that was always your destiny. Beloved, the Trinity is now nearly complete in your awareness. I am awakens your identity. I have claims your good. I choose asserts your freedom. Together, they form an unbreakable code that unlocks the full creative potential of your life. In the final section of this transmission, we will weave all three phrases into a complete daily practice, address the common obstacles you may face, and send you forth with the full activation of your divine wand. For now, begin using I choose today. Speak it with authority. Feel its liberating power. Watch how your world begins to respond to a free and sovereign soul. The power has always been yours. Now you are remembering how to use it wisely, joyfully, and deliberately. And so we arrive at the sacred culmination of this remembrance, where the three master keys, I am, I have, and I choose, merge into one unified force of conscious creation. You now possess the complete system that Florence Scovel Shinn taught so faithfully throughout her life, the living knowledge that your word is indeed your wand, and that by wielding it with awareness, feeling, and consistency, you can transform any condition into a stepping stone toward your highest good. The old patterns of complaint and limitation no longer need to rule your life. You are stepping into the language you were born to speak, the language of miracles. Let us now weave these three sacred phrases into a complete, living daily practice that you can begin immediately. This is not a rigid ritual, but a joyful return to your true nature as a co-creator with the universe. Florence Scovel Shinn encouraged her students to make these principles as natural as breathing, applying them in every moment until the new way of speaking became their default. Begin each day in the holy window of awakening. Before your feet touch the ground, while your mind is still soft and receptive. Speak your Trinity with quiet conviction. I am the living expression of divine love, wisdom, and abundance. I have all the resources, guidance, and opportunities I need for this day. I choose to move through every experience with grace, joy, and faith in the perfect unfolding of my good. Feel these words. Let them vibrate through your body. Do not rush. Spend at least 3 to 5 minutes letting the emotional tone of possession, identity, and choice settle into your being. This morning practice sets the blueprint for the entire day. Your subconscious receives the command clearly and begins orchestrating events to match your declaration. Throughout the day, become the loving guardian of your words. This is where the real alchemy happens, in the small moments. When you feel the old habit of complaint rising, I am so stressed, I don't have enough time, I have no choice in this matter, pause, breathe, and flip it using the full Trinity. Instead of, I am overwhelmed, declare, I am centered in divine peace. I have more than enough time and energy. I choose to handle one thing at a time with perfect efficiency. Instead of, I never have enough money, proclaim, I am a magnet for divine prosperity. I have unlimited supply flowing to me now. I choose to receive and circulate wealth with wisdom and gratitude. Instead of, this situation is impossible, affirm, I am guided by infinite intelligence. I have creative solutions available to me. I choose to trust and take the next inspired step. Each flip is a powerful act of recreation. At first, it may feel mechanical, but with repetition, it becomes natural, then effortless, then automatic. Shinn often said that it is not the number of affirmations that matters, but the depth of feeling and the persistence in correcting the old speech. You are literally changing the vibration you send out, and by law, the universe must respond in kind. In the evening, just before sleep, return to the sacred window of surrender. Release the events of the day, no matter how they appeared. Speak your Trinity once more, this time with a sense of completion and gratitude. I am thankful for the perfect lessons and blessings of this day. I have received wonderful good, seen and unseen. I choose to sleep peacefully, knowing that divine order is working through me while I rest. This nightly practice is profoundly powerful because your subconscious remains active during sleep, carrying your final impressions into the deeper realms of creation. Many of Shinn's students reported receiving solutions to problems in their dreams or waking with sudden inspiration after consistent use of this method. To amplify your practice, keep a small card or journal with the 3 phrases written upon it. Place it where you will see it often by your mirror, on your desk, in your phone case. Each time you notice it, silently or aloud repeat, I am, I have, I choose. Let it serve as a constant reminder that you are no longer speaking by default, but by divine design. Now, beloved, let us address the obstacles you may encounter on this path, for forewarned is forearmed. The mind that has spoken limitation for years will not surrender without a fight. You may experience what Florence Scovel Shinn called the test. Old conditions may seem to worsen temporarily. Bills may appear larger. Challenges may intensify. This is not the law failing you, it is the old energy being brought to the surface to be released. When this happens, do not return to complaint. Stand firm. Use your Trinity with even greater feeling. Declare, I am not moved by appearances. I have faith that moves mountains. I choose to see only the good emerging now. The test always passes for those who remain faithful to their words. Shinn taught that the demonstration comes when you least expect it, often in ways more beautiful than you could have planned. Another common obstacle is doubt. The voice may whisper, this is too simple. It can't possibly work. Recognize this as the voice of the old, limited self. Answer it with compassion but firmness. I am, trusting in spiritual law. I have seen evidence in the lives of many. I choose to continue until my outer world reflects my inner truth. Impatience may also arise. You want instant results. Remember, you are not planting new seeds in barren soil. You are first clearing decades of weeds. Give the process time. Speak your words consistently for 30 days without looking constantly for results. The shifts will come sometimes subtly at first, like improved mood or better ideas, then more dramatically as relationships heal, opportunities appear, and supply flows. Florence Scovel Shinn shared countless stories of those who applied these principles with persistence. One woman had been told she would remain childless. She refused to accept the verdict as final. Daily she declared, "I am a mother. I have a perfect, healthy child. I choose to trust divine timing," she continued even when logic said otherwise. In time, she conceived and delivered a beautiful baby. The doctors called it medically impossible. Shinn called it the correct use of the spoken word. Another student was deeply in debt and facing foreclosure. He began using the Trinity relentlessly. I am prosperous. I have all debts dissolved in divine order. I choose to receive unexpected supply. Within weeks, a long-forgotten investment suddenly yielded returns. He kept his home and went on to build real wealth. These are not fairy tales. They are demonstrations of law. You too can write such a story with your life. As you continue this work, you will notice profound changes, not just in your outer conditions, but in your inner world. You will become lighter, more peaceful, more magnetic. People will respond to you differently. Opportunities will seek you out. The constant background noise of worry will diminish, replaced by a quiet confidence that all is well. This is your natural state. You were never meant to live in struggle. Complaints were never your native tongue. You are remembering the language of your soul, the language that calls forth heaven on earth. Beloved, the universe is listening right now. Your subconscious servant stands ready with pen in hand, awaiting your next set of instructions. What will you declare today? Will you continue the old story of limitation, or will you pick up your wand and consciously write a new chapter filled with joy, abundance, love, and freedom? The power has always been in your mouth. You are not broken. You were never flawed. You were simply speaking the wrong spells. Now, you remember. Make your commitment here and now. Speak it aloud with me. I now speak the language of miracles. I am the conscious creator of my life. I have infinite good flowing to me. I choose to live in alignment with my highest truth. Carry these words with you. Live them. Breathe them. Let them become the foundation of your every moment. Return in the coming days and weeks to notice the shifts, the synchronicities, the lifted burdens, the unexpected blessings. Your testimony will inspire others and strengthen your own faith. The old story is complete. The pen is in your hand. The ink is your voice. The page is your future. Now speak, beloved. Speak with power. Speak with love. Speak with the full authority of the divine being that you are. The universe says yes. Your life is ready to transform. And it all begins with your next word. Go forth and create wonders.